So, we were in a square in the middle of Lille a while ago. There's about 8 of us. And kind of just sitting around. There was a gig, presumably in the evening. There was a police station on one side, and there was a train station on the other side. And we were sitting there minding our own business. It was quite deserted, considering I think it was probably like a Saturday or something. And suddenly, kind of out of nowhere, this guy appeared. And he was like moving. And there was only 2 reasons why somebody will walk in this particular way. Either they're very drunk, or they're a zombie. And we weren't sure initially. He just walked into sight because he was red, his hair was everywhere, there was kind of blood on his arms, and we think, ooh. But anyway, he sort of was wandering around. Initially, he didn't look very interested, and then he started coming towards us, and we thought, well, this isn't good. And of course, the rule with zombies, I'm really hoping these kids don't understand English. Right, kids? That's it. Don't do drugs. Basically, the rule with zombies, as I'm sure we all know, is the fact that you don't get bitten or scratched, otherwise you end up going the same way. Anyway, this guy suddenly started coming towards us, and he looked like he was much more interested in eating us than talking to us, which is what you do if you're drunk. So, after sort of fending him off, we went to the police station. We thought, well, we're not having any of this. So we went to the police station, we went in, it was completely deserted. There was nobody behind the desk, there was nobody in there at all. We thought, this is very strange. And we sort of looked around a bit, and by the time we'd finished looking around, we looked out of the window of the police station, and the whole of the town square was completely filled with zombies. Now, you probably realise by now I'm talking about a dream. Rather than a reality thing going on here. But these are the kind of dreams that I have when I've got to build up to a tour or I'm building up towards some kind of a performance. And this particular one had just stuck with me. So there we were in the police station. You can go with it now, you can think it's real or it's not, it's up to you. And we barricaded the door of the police station, and these zombies were kind of running around. And I had this idea, I said, look, it's one of these things, in dreams you know things that you wouldn't normally know. And I knew that there was a train in the train station. So I said, all we've got to do is we've got to get across the square, get to the train, we can get out of the city, we can survive this. The only problem was there was about 1,000 zombies between us and the train station. And so we were in a police station. So we looked around, and as luck would have it, we found loads of riot shields. And I had this idea. I remember an important tip if you ever find yourself in a Roman battle. Basically, well, you never know, do you? In some kind of time vortex thing. Basically, you've got this whole thing where they put the shields up. Hey, just watch Gladiator, it's the same principle. You know, basically you put the shields up and you form like a really big shield, like an arrow, and you force your way through. So we thought, well, that's what we'll do. We'll force our way through the zombies with this big shield thing, shields over our heads and everything. We'll get to the train station, we'll get to the train. Brilliant. So, we got the shields, we kicked open the doors dramatically, like you do in a film. Look at me, do I really look like the kind of person who's going to survive a zombie attack? We forced our way through these zombies, and they were kind of hitting against the... I'm going to try and keep this less horrific at the moment. They were trying to get to us, but we made it right across the square. We made it to the train station. And at that point, rather unfortunately, 1 or 2 of the 8 of us decided that was the time to make a run for it. And I said we should stick together right the way through till we get to the train. But no, they wanted to make a run for it. So all of a sudden, the shields were sort of thrown away and we were running for our lives. Of course, what they hadn't allowed for is there were lots of zombies there as well. So by the time we actually got to the train, which was there, which I thought was quite impressive, basically there's only about 4 of us left. And we managed to get on this train, and it was like an engine and a carriage all in one, which is very convenient in this kind of a dream. Basically, one of us got the train going, and the rest of us managed to stop any other zombies getting on the train, and we got going. We thought, great, fantastic. There was only one problem. The problem was that the other 3 people that I was with had all been bitten. So one by one, they turned into zombies in a really comedic kind of way, so no problem there. Basically I was forced to kind of dispatch each one of them. So eventually, The train was travelling out of the city, that was good. The zombies were all dead, that was good, and I was on my own. Well, yeah, that's okay as well. And I travelled out of the city in this train, and ahead of me, I saw another train just stopped on the rails. So I thought, okay, I haven't got much choice, so I had to stop the train. So the train stopped right behind the other train, and I stood there for a moment thinking, well, what shall I do next? And I just started hearing this kind of howling sound. I looked outside of my train, and it was completely surrounded by thousands of zombies. And then I woke up. So those are the kind of dreams I have leading up to events like this. That's what it costs me, okay? Just thought you'd like to know that.